Finally, there is a digital nomad visa to Southeast Asia, allowing digital nomads to enjoy the warm climate, the beautiful nature, the bustling metropoles, and of course the rather low cost of living without having to go on a visa run every couple of months. But it is actually not the digital nomad visa to Bali or Thailand that have been all over the news in the last couple of months that I am referring to. The first country to officially invite digital nomads is actually Malaysia. They have started accepting applications to their digital nomad visa on the 1st of October. So in this video I will introduce the country of Malaysia to you. I will talk about places to meet other digital nomads. We'll go into digital nomads essentials such as internet and cost of living before getting into the visa details. As always, the timestamps are down below in the description box, just in case you want to jump right to the visa details or re-watch some of the other parts of the video. Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm passionate about traveling and learning about different cultures. Here on this channel, I aim to provide you with all the tools you need to start a digital nomad lifestyle. So if that sounds interesting, please subscribe below and hit the little notification bell. And with that said, let's get right into it. Okay, before we get started, let me just say, please excuse my voice. I have this cold that I just can't seem to shake. I hope this, won't diminish the viewing experience. First, let me introduce Malaysia to you. Malaysia is a country in Southeast Asia. It occupies partly the Malay Peninsula and part of the island Borneo. It is known for beaches, rainforest, and a lot of Chinese, European and Indian cultural influences. So you have a rich cultural melting pot there with a lot of interesting things to discover. Its capital is the bustling metropole of Kuala Lumpur. Malaysia's climate is equatorial, which means it's, warm, and the language spoken is Malay. However, English is widely spoken, actually so widely spoken that even the road signs are in English. Malaysian currency is the Malaysian ringgit. Malaysia's state religion actually is Islam. You, if you are religious, are free to practice your religion in whichever way you choose. And since it is an Islamic country, you might be worried about the consumption of alcohol, which actually is allowed for non-Muslims. Okay, let's talk about where to meet other digital nomads. Where do they usually stay? Well, like I said, the capital is Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur is a bustling metropole, and I just read in an article by Bloomberg that in a 2021 survey amongst expats, Kuala Lumpur has been named the #1 up-and-coming hotspots for digital nomads. So yes, it is the go-to place for digital nomads and expats in Malaysia. The city has a lot of co-working spaces, business events, and it is basically a hub, so you can make a lot of connections, can meet a lot of people from all over the world. It also offers everything that kind of defines a modern metropole, be that restaurants, bars, theater, museums, ginormous shopping malls like you might, be used to or know from places like Dubai, and of course a fantastic airport. Now, if Kuala Lumpur is a little bit too busy for you, maybe Penang is more your style. Penang actually has a majority of Chinese expats, so their influence, their cultural influence is quite prominent here. It is located by the water, which gives it this typical Southeast Asian flair, beach flair that you might be looking for. If you would like to stay by the beach, you could stay in Batu Fereng, which offers nightlife, restaurants, and one of those typical Southeast Asian night markets. Another option is the capital of the island, which is Georgetown. Georgetown is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Town. Here you can see a lot of colonial architecture and street art. One of the drawbacks are the crowds. It is a very touristy area, but it also offers a beautiful night market, and if you want to escape the crowds, there are some beautiful national parks and reserves by the water. Now, if you want it really relaxed and you want to be, a little bit more in solitude, Langkawi might be your place to be. Here you can enjoy beaches and tropical weather. Langkawi is located on the west coast of the country, and here you can particularly scuba dive, hike beautiful trails, and spend a lot of time outdoors. It is close to the Thai border, offers a slower pace of living and more of a village feel. It is also a duty-free shopping zone. Malaysia is actually a popular destination for expats and digital nomads because of how affordable it is. Like always, this of course depends a little bit on where you choose to live. Bigger cities like Kuala Lumpur of course do cost more than smaller villages. So Malaysia uses the Malay ringgit, as I said before, $1 approximately transfers to 4.2 ringgit. In big cities, the average rent is actually somewhere around 2,400 ringgit, so $570. A monthly bus pass in Kuala Lumpur would cost you about 127 ringgit. This translates to $30. And a meal in an inexpensive restaurant would cost you around 10 ringgit. That's like $2.30. And to assuage your number one worry as a digital nomad, which is probably the internet connectivity, Malaysia has great internet connectivity so that you can work without any problems. Things to do. Well, Malaysia has beautiful scuba diving spots, so if you enjoy water sports of any kind, be that scuba diving or snorkeling, anything like that, then of course that is a beautiful place to be. But you can also explore the jungle. The Perhentian Islands, for example, have beautiful trails where you can go and explore nature and wildlife. One such place would be Gurung Mulu National Park in Sarawak. Actually, this national park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is famous for big karst limestone pinnacles that stand in large formations. The park also has massive caves that you could visit, and most of the park is covered in thick rainforest. So many areas might be difficult to access, but there are trails that you can follow, and along the way you will be able to observe the beautiful nature and wildlife. Another super impressive place to visit, particularly when it comes to caves, might be the Batu Caves in Selangor. They consist of 3 main caves and some smaller ones. And actually what is so special about them is that many of these caves house shrines dedicated to Hindu gods, as well as statues that are over 100 years old. So now that I hopefully could raise a little bit of interest for you in Malaysia as a country, let's get into the visa details to see how you can get to stay there for a longer period of time. The visa targets mainly remote workers, freelancers and business owners, with a goal to bring these people to Malaysia. You will need to prove employment, either if you are a remote worker, of course, by your employer, or if you are a freelancer or business owner through contracts that last for at least 3 months with foreign or local companies. This is quite uncommon actually. Usually you're only allowed to target companies outside of the country that offers the visa. This seems to be different in Malaysia. So if you have a business and you are interested in getting a foot into the Southeast Asian market, actually this visa might be really valuable to you. You need a valid passport and of course health insurance that covers you during your stay. And you need to earn at least $24,000 per year. So when it comes to income requirements and digital nomad visas, this is on the cheaper side. Application can be made online once you have gathered all the paperwork. I'll link it down below. The duration of the visa is 3 months up to 1 year, and the cost is $221. If you want, you can also bring your family, as in dependents. If you want to do so, you need to prove another $110 of monthly income per dependent. And that's all. So actually it seems to be a real simple visa. If you like the visa, the destination and or the video, hit the like button. It is a free way for you to support me in my efforts to grow this channel. And if you are into bustling metropoles but Southeast Asia isn't your vibe, check out my last video where I reviewed the Digital Nomad Visa to Dubai, and subscribe below for next week's video about the Digital Nomad Visa to Iceland. Thanks for your time. I'll see you here soon. Bye bye.